Boom shakalaka, what is going on, everybody? Randall here from Crypto Love. Today's episode, we are going to take a look at oil going to zero. Could this happen to Bitcoin? And also why ETH may be headed to the moon. So if you want to find out why, stay tuned. All right, guys, what is up? Today we're talking about oil, Bitcoin, Ethereum, and some other stuff. The reason that I held off on this video, other than just not wanting to make a video for the past couple of days, was because I actually wanted to see what was happening with oil. It did not actually go to zero. It was approaching zero. It did not go to zero. But we should take a look at this and take some lessons from this to apply to Bitcoin. Now, before we get into that, some of you guys who are interested in the syndicate, I know you guys have been participating in this, the Crypto.com syndicate. They now have VeChain listed. So basically you stake your CRO or MCO tokens, and then depending on how much you stake, you can actually get VET for 50% off. So I will put an affiliate link down in the comments, but let's get back into things. So what lessons can we learn from oil? Well, first, let's take a look at the CME gap, shall we? There's a CME gap here, so a CME gap here, and if we have a CME gap here, then Now, who cares about that stuff? What we should actually take a look at is what lessons can be learned, because oil is something that is actually used. Now, they trade oil to commodity. They trade it based on projections on how much they think it's going to be used. But if we take a look right around back here, February, March, this was the beginning-ish of the unnameable virus that's named after a beer. You know, I was thinking about this. So Corona took kind of a hit because they share the same name with this virus that's killing everybody. Not that many people. Apparently 50% of the people are in old age homes. So unfortunate, but whatever. But I was thinking maybe they just need some more marketing. So I was thinking that when they come back, they could be like, Corona beer takes your breath away. You know, you get that? So anyways, if you are a marketer for Corona, hit me up. We can work out a deal. Now, what lessons can we learn from crude oil? You see, right around here, the world shut down. And when the world shut down, people stopped driving. And when people stopped driving, aside from using heating oil, you know, they really don't use oil anymore. So the price from that point started to drop off and drop off and drop off. And I don't know about you, but by where I am, the prices of gasoline or petrol or oil or whatever you want to call it have dropped significantly. Serious lows. Now, it did not go all the way to zero. What we see here is something that we see all the time in markets. When there's more supply than demand, the price goes down. Okay? The supply of oil stayed the same, but the demand dropped significantly, so the price dropped. Whereas when we saw way back when the price of oil was near $100 a gallon, $100 a barrel, the demand was much higher than supply because everybody was driving these gas guzzlers. People didn't have Priuses back then. So what lessons can we take about this for Bitcoin? Well, one lesson that we can take is that, you know, if you don't use it, you lose it. That's for damn sure. Now, how many of you are actually using Bitcoin out there? Probably not that many. I mean, other than a speculative investment, how many of you actually use Bitcoin on a day-to-day basis? I know Andreas Antonopoulos does. I know that Ken Bozak does. Other than that, though, how many people are actually using on a day-to-day basis? I use it from time to time, definitely. I get paid some in Bitcoin. Sometimes I'll use it on my Crypto.com card. So sometimes I'll do that. As a matter of fact, I pay for my Netflix and my Spotify from there because guess what? It's reimbursed with the card that I have. But so potentially, if we don't use Bitcoin, will we lose it? Will we see something like what happened with crude oil? Now, when the price of crude oil was going to zero, that was something where I took a look at it and I was like, yeah, that's probably an awesome buying opportunity. And it was actually down at $10 at the lowest. Now it's come back to about $16. So already you would have made 50% profits. Had you bought at 10, you would be up to 16. Chances are it's probably going to go up because guess what? Even though people are freaking out now and it's the end of the world and these chicken littles are running around like the world is over, it's not. So eventually everybody who's going to die from it is going to die, and then we can all cry about it and then it'll be over. So we just need to get to that point. As a matter of fact, talk about this stuff. Read Think and Grow Rich. I was just reading Think and Grow Rich, and in the end of it, they were talking about how when the Spanish flu came around in like 1918 or whenever that was, the mayor of New York actually ordered all of the newspapers to stop printing stuff about the flu because they were inciting fear in people. As soon as they stopped printing it, the virus was gone in a month. So I challenge you news channels to stop talking about coronavirus. Now, what else does it mean for Bitcoin? Well, it basically means if you don't use it, you lose it. However, if the price goes down, I don't think Bitcoin will go down to zero. And if it does go down, it'll probably come back up because at least some people are using it and some people are continuing to mine Bitcoin. Now, that's not what a lot of you guys are interested in. There's all this talk about Ethereum today. Everybody thinks Ethereum is going to go way up. And they say, what do they say? Buy the rumor, sell the news. Well, this would be the news, so now might be a good time to sell, but let's take a look at it. So, this article, institutional investors pour $498 million into Bitcoin and Ethereum as crypto fund executive declares cat's out of the bag. That's right, Grayscale has thrown a ton of money at Ethereum, not just Bitcoin. So for a while they were investing in Bitcoin, now also Ethereum. As a matter of fact, the first quarter alone, they saw over $110 million purchases. That's more than the past 2 years combined, which were $95.8 million. So they're buying up a lot more Ethereum, which might impact the price of Ethereum. And if we take a look at the Bitcoin Ethereum comparative, as a matter of fact, there is an Ethereum double bottom. And you say, what's the double bottom, Randall? Well, it is a thing on a graph that proves 97% correct. An indicator. You could call it an indicator that proves 97% correct. And matter of fact, it looks like butt or boobs. So, really eye appealing. But what is it? Well, we have a bottom here, another bottom here. They're within a certain amount of each other. And then we have a confirmation point up here. And when it passes the confirmation point, there's a 97% chance you're in for at least 40% gains. But there's usually a pullback. 2/3 of the cases see a pullback, which we see right here. So that pullback has passed the confirmation point, which would be right here. So potentially could we see 40% gains from here, which is 0.02 Bitcoin, which could be 0.0, we'll say 3 Bitcoin, something like that. Okay, so it could head all the way up to somewhere around here, which might be a little bit better. So that, along with Grayscale, could be a good time to buy Ethereum. Maybe not. Not financial advice. You do you, But that's the end of the episode for today, guys. So thanks for watching. I'll see you again whenever I see you again. Have a good one. Peace.